This week of art, we did a Beyond the Border project. And what I did for it is I did a U-Rock, and how I did it is I started at pencil. I just blotted this down, and that's how I did it.
Ooh, I love that blur.
This week's project was really fun because it's called Beyond the Border. It was really fun because we got to choose our focal point. You can see here I chose a snake. And you also got to paint. You get to paint your focal point and the center, which I did a diamond. That's why it was really fun. Our art will be on Artsonia, the website. Anybody can purchase it.
I love art!
I'm Coach Riker, and we are working on velocity today.
We're timing how fast that he can run a 40-yard dash, and then we're like finding the velocity of his running.
I'm recording the time it takes him to run 30 so that we can look at the other times and figure out the velocity.
The runners, we calculated their maximum velocity.
Today we did an experiment about environments that earthworms like and how they would rather prefer damp and dark places than bright and dry places.
Oh my gosh! We were trying to observe earthworms and learn more about them.
We're just trying to get under there.
He's trying to hide under there from the sun. I mean the light.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Dude! The earthworm went under the black paper because that was like underground. Our earthworm project was awesome. Oh.
We're doing a motion graphing assignment. We have some tech that lets us detect how fast and how far you're moving from the device.
These motion detectors connected to the computer to measure their motion, and they're going to try to match a position time graph that the computer's generated and then a velocity time graph that the computer's generated.
We're doing basically a lab to kind of like copy like a position versus time graph that's generated on the computer here.
Figure out how to perfectly time where your position is, and then for the delegated time you have to get there.
We're just figuring out the time and position and the velocity.
We're learning physics by doing physics. Okay. So we're just not talking about it or seeing what someone else has done. They're actually generating the graphs and figuring out how to generate the graphs.
We did a Pokemon thing today in the library. It was actually really fun.
In there, I know it. Get it. We found one. Draco, go on. 9, and we brought 5. Here, go.
Wait, you did? Yeah.
We found Pokemon using codes on the books so we could find the Pokemon in the correct spot.
Today we did a lab on the pH levels, and it was really fun. We got to dip little strips of paper into liquids like shampoo and vinegar and water, which surprisingly isn't a base. We learned about different pH levels. Like on the lower scale, it's more acidic. Like if you have a 1, 2, 3, those are all very acidic liquids. Meanwhile, if you have an 11 or a 12, those are very basic.
Then you're going to match it to the little pH scale that's on your tray.
So basically what we're doing is we're taking like 8 different liquids, so like water, milk, dish soap, like that kind of stuff. And we were dipping pH paper into them and seeing based on what color it came, what pH level it was. And then we documented them down on the paper. We got to like try to guess what they are, and so some of them were surprising. Like shampoo is like slightly acidic, and everyone at my table thought it was going to be basic.
I enjoyed getting to dip things in liquids with my friends.
That's pretty fun trying to find out what was what.
Today we were in art class and we're working on our portfolios. I chose to draw a clock because Mr. Hamby's clock inspired me. I chose to paint, and I just thought I'd make this because I didn't know what to do at first. And this is the back of my portfolio. I put paintbrushes to show that I love to do art. I just used all the colors and then I just scribbled. This is a Funko Pop of Mr. Hamby. Whoever is the most creative out of each class gets to design their own Funko Pop of them for their prize. We love art! Learning about how stuff sticks to fur. We're using colors and themes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no! We passed this one! We're testing it then with fluffadoos, and we're trying to see how many jumps they take to come off. And seeing how far seeds can travel on fluffadoos.
Hello, we're at Lipscomb and we are doing an optical illusion project.
Hi, this is Larry the Line. He's in my art class at Lipscomb Elementary. We're learning about lines, and he's a squiggly line.
Counting 1 and 2, 3.
We've been learning about shading and complementary colors.
We make lines in art class, and this is what we made.
This is one of our finished projects.
Squiggly lines.
You'll see our menu.
Hi, I'm in 4th period AP Lang with Miss Crump, and today we're doing a book tasting.
We just get to look at all the individual books that we like to see, and she just gave us stuff from her experiences, and it's just really cool.
They're choosing a book for their 4th quarter novel study, so they had 30 nonfiction books to pick from, and they are getting to taste the book in class.
In there, she's giving us like a menu of books, and we read and we see if we like it, she said if it's dry or too spicy for us, and then she gives it back to we give it back to the chef, and then she brings another book from the kitchen for us.
She put everything like the cloths on the tables, and our Chromebooks act as the plate, and she brings us our book to look at it as our food.
Most have chosen their meal. Most have chosen their book for 4th quarter, and they seem excited, which I'm really excited about.
In art, we have been learning and reading about a famous person who made a great wave. Alrighty, so the painting is called The Great Wave, and also it was made by a very famous person. The artist's name is Hokusai. We made this project by just looking at pictures, doing a whole bunch of hard works, doing wavy lines. First, we outlined the waves, and then we drew over with oil pastels and black, and then we got to use, it was really cool because we got to use an easel and paint from cool and warm colors. Sometimes when you're trying to rush. That's what I was trying to do with the oil pastel, but then I realized it wasn't good, so I decided to do it good, and then I tried to do an oil pastel, and then I got it. I really love learning how to draw and paint waves, and I also loved how contrasting cool colors and warm colors. The warm colors, as you can see here, are at the sky. The cool colors are the water. I can't draw that good, but that kind of made me think that I can draw good. Also, looking at other people's paintings to see that this one is original. This one is mine, and it's original that I'm doing it.
We are learning about energy transformations while we're getting ready for our quiz and our test.
We did energy around the room, so we'd get with a partner and we'd look at the different energy transformations, and it's like a maze.
So hands-on activity, and we get to use our imagination to show what we've learned to help us study for our testing quiz.
This helps us study our quiz because it shows the different energies that are being used with one thing, and we get to make a story and use our creativity.
We're talking about the functions about trees and the structures and their branches and roots and their functions. We were talking about was that weight, wood and stuff, it breaks very easily, and soft stuff, like a pipe cleaner, it just bends it and then it comes back up.
Today we did a project on tableaus. A tableau is a stop picture where you clap in between the picture to go to the next scene.
So when you're actually on the stage for tableaus, it's really important to keep calm and keep your thoughts organized. It can seem a bit stressful at first, but once you're on the stage, you can just really start to let loose and let your creativity flow.
For our tableau performance, we got together in different groups and tried to convey a story based on still pictures. To get our groups, we just kind of got together a lot of people, and for our group, we choose a lot of people that were really good at doing facial expressions, and just to keep it to the bare minimum because that's what tableaus are, because you really just want to get the bulk of the story.
We learned with shaving cream how to make arrays and how to use equations with them. We got to play with shaving cream and we learned about arrays. We got to learn about all the arrays and how to make them different ways. If we messed up, it was easier to erase.
We are in Coding 2 and we are doing dual enrollment for ETSU. We are doing a bridge project where we animate cars going across a bridge. It's our very first thing.
It's a bridge where the cars should move around, and we could add our own animation to it where we could shift the cars, change lanes and have two cars moving back and forth. So it's going to be like a real life situation on a bridge with different multiple cars and backgrounds.
We are putting characters in the game. We're also adding lights, we're adding floors and walls.
Specifically, we're making a car. It's pretty simple, but we're all new, so we're trying our best.
Where we fix the edges and the faces to make it turn out to shape into a car.
For me, it makes it fun because I love games and I play games, and just learning how to make it inspires me, and that's what I want to do.